The Albanese government loves to keep a secret, so it's no surprise that they're trying to make it even harder for you to find out what's going on. Here's the story. Since the early 1980s, Australians have been able to request access to documents held by the government. These could be documents that contain information about you, or that provide background on how governments make their decisions. They're known as Freedom of Information requests, or an FOI. Australian senators can also formally request documents from ministers or government agencies, which may then be made public. This is called a Senate Order for the Production of Documents, or an OPD. They're really important to ensure that a government is transparent and accountable, because at any time people could request information on how they made their decisions. But here's the thing, the Albanese government isn't the best at complying with this stuff. When it comes to those Senate orders for producing documents, the previous Morrison government met 48.7% of orders, while the Albanese government has met just 32.8%, the second worst rate since 1993. The Centre for Public Integrity found in July that transparency is falling. When you look at the overall number of FOI requests submitted in Australia, the percentage that were approved in full, that is without redactions, fell from 59% in 2011-12 to 25% in 2023-24. Meanwhile, in the same time period, FOI requests, where the request for information was just rejected, nearly doubled to 23%. From 2016-17 to 2023-24, review times blew out from 6 months to 15.5 months. At the same time, the Albanese government has been trying to make the rules around FOIs even tighter. Attorney General Michelle Rowland argued the changes, including charging for FOIs, was needed as the government spent more than 1 million hours processing FOI requests in 2023-24. That's about 114 years, by the way. The government claims many of the FOI requests are vague and not submitted out of genuine need. On Monday, opposition leader Susan Lee published an op-ed in the Canberra Times committing the coalition to opposing Labor's proposed FOI changes in the Senate. The Greens, who have criticised Labor's proposed changes, can join with the coalition to block any new FOI legislation. Lee's decision to not support the laws has been applauded by the likes of Independent Senator David Pocock and the Centre for Public Integrity, which published that initial research on how secretive our governments are becoming.